before we begin, please turn off or silence all personal communication devices. When there's an agenda item that includes a public hearing, please understand the applicant will be allowed to speak first. After the applicant finishes, the public will be asked to speak. When called upon to speak, please approach the podium and state your name and address for the public record. When called upon, you will have one opportunity per agenda item to speak unless a Plan Commission member requires clarification or wishes to ask you a question. After the public finishes speaking, the applicant will be asked if they have a final statement for the Plan Commission, and then the Commission will take action on that agenda item. Thank you all for your understanding. Now on to the agenda. Can we have a roll call, please?
Ms. Prop? Ms. Shireman? Here. Mr. Lowenstein? Mr. Nichols? Mr. Bowen?
Here.
Mr. Coulibaly? Ms. Davy? Mr. Kiefer?
Here.
Councilmember Ford?
Here.
Vice Chair Mitchell? Chairman Perry?
Here.
6 present.
All right, thank you. First item on the agenda is the approval of the February 7th, 2023 minutes. Plan Commission, what have you here?
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Is there any discussion on the minutes? All right, seeing none, we can have a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Okay, minutes pass. Item number 1 is a public hearing. It's a zone change from a single-family residential 9 district, an SR9, to an institutional district for properties located at 904 Grove Street and 847 Oak Street. James Fox is the Oshkosh Area School District's the owner. Nate Considine Bray Architecture is the applicant. Have there been any site inspections of this property? Ms. Prop, Ms. Shireman, Mr. Bowen? Okay, thank you. I will accept the staff report as part of the record. Please present your summary.
Thank you, Commissioner. So as stated, the applicant requests a zone change from the existing single-family residential 9 district SR9 to institutional district I for properties located at 904 Grove Street and 847 Oak Street. You can see on the map displayed, the two properties are highlighted in blue. They are adjacent to what is currently the Webster Stanley Middle School. The purpose of this request is to provide consistent zoning for future lot combinations with the neighboring school site. The applicant intends to have these two lots and the Webster Stanley School site combined into one lot through CSM for future construction of a new school. Staff recommends approval of the rezone with the findings listed in the staff report.
Okay, Plan Commissioner, is there any technical questions for the staff? Seeing none, this is a public hearing, so I will open the public hearing and request a statement from the applicant if they are here. Please approach the podium and state your name and address for our public record, please.
Good evening, I'm Jim Fox with the Oshkosh Area Schools, 1404 South Main Street. I think the information provided speaks for itself. Oshkosh Area Schools had the opportunity to acquire 2 residential lots, one of them approximately a year and a half ago. The other was most recent. We just closed on it in January. We've been working with the city as part of the Seaward Trail project and trying to roll these 2 projects both into a zoning I and to become a larger part of the CSM for the future development of what will become the Merrill Elementary School. Construction begins this summer. Those areas will help us out with the playground as it sits directly outside the kindergarten exit area.
Thank you. Are there any other members of the public that wish to comment on this agenda item? Any other members of the public wish to comment on this agenda item? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to close the public hearing. Because we had no other members speaking, I will not ask for a closing statement from the applicant. Commission, the action is upon you.
Motion to adopt the findings and recommendations as stated in the staff report.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this motion? Okay, having seen none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Ms. Prop,
Aye.
Ms. Shireman.
Aye.
Mr. Bowen. Mr. Coolabali.
Aye.
Mr. Kiefer.
Aye.
Councilmember Ford.
Aye.
Chairman Perry.
Aye.
Motion carried, 7-0.
Thank you. Item number 2 on our agenda, land disposition of property located at the northwest corner of West 4th Avenue and Michigan Street. The city of Oshkosh is the owner and Wiesenberg Architects is the applicant. Have there been any site inspections? Ms. Shireman, Ms. Prop? Okay,
Mr. Bowen. as
Mr.
well.
Bowen. Okay, I will accept the staff report as part of the record. Please present your summary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This site may look familiar to Plan Commission. Just a meeting or two ago, we did have a zone change request for the same parcel. As we kind of go through the process of getting this site ready for future redevelopment, this project was also workshopped several months ago. Mr. Wiesberg and his group are looking at construction of apartments on this site and the site immediately to the east at the corner of 4th and Michigan. So kind of next step in the process of getting this under Mr. Wiesenberg's control so he can kind of move forward with the development and bring in the plan development approval is getting the land disposition done. Or Plan Commission recall, anytime the city is looking at selling or disposing of property, it has to go through either the redevelopment authority or Plan Commission as part of that land disposition process. So that's the step we're looking at today, is the sale of the property to the potential developer of the site. So here's the site. It's located again at the northwest corner of Michigan 4th, contains the old sanitation garage. With that, staff is recommending approval of the land disposition to get the property under the control of the potential developer so they can kind of continue with their process. We are looking at hopefully having the PD request in front of Plan Commission at the next meeting. I think it's March 7th.
All right, thank you. Are there any technical questions? Ms. Prop?
Yeah, is it Michigan that is the, public street that goes up to
The
our
Michigan-
public park area?
Yep. No, Michigan Street technically stops here, and this is actually just the driveway into the park.
That was vacated
Okay.
about 10 years ago.
But the driveway will remain in place to access the public park, and his development will be one building on this subject site and another building on the other site.
Correct. That driveway will remain for access to the park property, and they'll be it'll be coming to actually as two separate requests, one for the east building, one for the west building.
Any other technical questions from the Plan Commission? Seeing none, I'd like to have a public a comment period. So is there any member from the community that would like to comment on this agenda item? Anybody from the public wish to comment on this agenda item? All right, having seen none, I'm going to close the comment period and ask for, I don't need a closing statement from the applicant, so Commission, the action is upon you.
Motion to adopt the findings and recommendations as stated in the staff report.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion on this motion? Any discussion? Okay, having seen none, we will have a roll call vote.
Ms. Prop,
Aye?
Ms. Shireman.
Aye.
Mr. Bowen.
Aye.
Mr. Coolabali. Mr. Kiefer.
Aye.
Councilmember Ford.
Aye.
Chairman Perry.
Aye.
Motion carried, 7-0.
All right, thank you. Item number 3 on the agenda has been withdrawn from the applicant, by the applicant, so we will go on to the last item, which is adjournment. We have a motion and a second. I assume there's no discussion. Have a roll call vote.
Oh, sorry. Ms. Prop,
Aye.
Ms. Shireman.
Aye.
Mr. Bowen. Mr. Coolabali. Mr. Kiefer.
Aye.
Councilmember Ford.
Aye.
Chairman Perry.
Aye.
Motion carried, 7-0.
All right, thank you, guys. I have one.
Forgot that we couldn't
Yeah, right. We could do a voice vote there. So we're adjourned. I do have